me when I say, if you rely on the schedule and think, oh, he'll only poop this many times and I only need this many bags and it will be okay, Murphy's Law will come to get you. Hey guys, it's Hope. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we are going to be talking about dog equipment, both for my service dog and also just equipment that I think everyone should have. And I'll make sure as we go through everything to kind of share my perspective on the equipment that I have for my dog and show how it looks and how it works and everything like that. So let's get started. And of course, it's no surprise, the first piece of equipment is the harness. Now, he's about to try to put it on. The harness is basically just that. It has the body of a harness with a leather handle sticking out. So the handle is where I grab from the handle. If you follow it up, you can feel that there is a strap here. This strap goes over the top of the dog's shoulder blades and rests comfortably on the back. If you follow it even further up, you'll find a wide horseshoe-shaped circle as well, and that goes onto the dog's chest so that when they wear it, it snugly fits them so that when I'm holding onto the harness handle and he's pulling out, it actually gives him pressure and supports his body as he pulls, because we want him to pull me. That's how I know where we should go. When to put the harness on, the dog will stick his head through this chest strap so that when he sticks his head through this chest strap area, then it fits right along his back, like that. Now, this strap right here is meant to go under the belly, and it attaches to a clasp on the other side of that back strap that I was showing you. And again, I hold on to the handle and he guides me around. So this is the piece of equipment that also lets him know that he is a working dog. And as you can see, he's very happy about this piece of equipment and he would like for me to put it on him. But we're not going to do that right now, because we're filming a video. Now, when walking around, you don't just have the harness. You also have the leash. This is a standard leash with a couple of variations. So this is a flat collar that I'm holding in my right hand, and in my left hand is a leather leash. And what I love about this leash, not only you can find them anywhere else, but what I love about this leash is this leash has 2 clips, and the handle of the leash can go into either clip. The first clip closest to the collar makes the leash about 3 feet long. If I detach it here and move it down to the second clip down here, this extends the leash to about 6 feet long. So this is a great leash to use out and about. This is what I like to call his working leash. I also just use it when we're out and about as well, because this is a great leash just for walking. And it also helps to make sure, if I just am having him work or we're in a situation where he needs to be close to me, I put it on the 3-foot leash. And then if we're going out or he needs to go outside to pee or something, I put it on the 6-foot leash, and that way he has more room to roam and I can still keep an eye on him. Again, I don't think I've seen these leashes anywhere else except for at guide dog schools, but if there are more leashes like this, then that's amazing, because these leashes work so well. And then I just have a flat collar for him. This just goes around his neck. It just attaches the leash for me and also has his identification tags on them. When I'm walking around, this is something that's amazing to carry. It is a treat pouch. I love this treat pouch because it has a clip to go onto my waist, And so I can clip it onto the back of my pants, any pair of pants I'm wearing. This is a magnetic close, so all I have to do is just open it up, reach inside, grab some treats, and then just close it on the way out. And it magnetically closes, which means that when it's closed, it won't accidentally reopen. So I really love that about this. There's also a little front pocket for storage. I usually like to store poop bags in here, or my school, we call them busy bags because that's their command, is go busy. So busy bags, poop bags, they go in here. And then there's also a little loop as well. Now these loops are actually designed so that you can wear your treat pouch like a belt, and there is a belt that comes with the treat pouch when you order it. I don't like to use the belt, so I got rid of the belt and I use this loop for a clicker. Now, if you're not familiar with the clicker, it's basically a training device that it allows us to capture behavior quickly. So let's say that I'm trying to teach a dog to sit. As soon as they were to sit, I would click and they would know that they did really well and they would get a treat. So it's actually a lot easier to sometimes click and treat than to use a verbal marker like yes, because sometimes we catch things, our hand-eye coordination is much better than our verbal eye coordination. So this clicker really helps. And it's a clear sound that will never change. And the sound means good things are coming, you did really, really well, and I'm gonna give you a treat. So I wear this, I have treats with me practically all the time. As of now, because we're 6 years into our working relationship, I hardly ever use treats, but I like to keep them on me just in case, he does extremely well with something, or if he has a fear response to something and we need to work through it. There's a ton of reasons for me to have treats with me. Another reason could be we're going somewhere new and I want to teach him the name of that place so that we can find it again. There's plenty of reasons to have treats on me, most if not all the time, so I typically do. When I'm traveling, I love to have a travel bowl because it allows me to have a way to have a bowl, to be able to feed him, whatever, out on the road with a smaller bowl than trying to pack a metal food bowl. So this is a flat plastic bowl. It basically folds into a disc. And when you want to use it for a bowl, all you have to do is just take your fingers and push down on the sides where it's kind of rimmed up a little bit and just pop it out. And it turns into a nice little bowl. You use it, and then all you have to do is just rinse it off a little bit and pop it back in the center on the outside to get it back to its flat shape. And it's a lot easier to transport, so this is easier for when I'm on the road and not at home. So I like to carry this around a lot, especially on hot days if I know I'm going to be outside at the fair or the zoo or the park or whatever for any length of time. I'll typically carry this so that I can make sure that he has water when he needs it. These are his boots, and he doesn't really love them. And you might ask, why are they two different colors? I've got 2 blue boots and 2 red boots. And the reason that they are different colors is because dogs' feet are actually sized differently. So the front feet are typically the same size and the back feet are typically the same size. But the front and the back feet do not match. So you buy 2 pairs. 1 pair for the front, 1 pair for the back. And I used color to help me because I knew that if I just bought them as the same color, I wouldn't be able to tell which boots belonged to which feet. So I bought them in blue and red. And now I know that the blue feet are for the front or the blue boots are for the front and the red boots are for the back feet. So I never get them confused. These are really useful to use on really hot days, especially over 90, especially if you know you're traveling on blacktop, brick, or sand, And they're also really useful for cold days because the salt on the sidewalks can burn a dog's paws, and then the dog will try to lick the salt off, but then the salt ends up upsetting their stomachs, and it just becomes a whole thing. So use the boots and you don't have anything to worry about. I recommend these boots for dogs who are not service dogs as well. I think that this will protect their paws from very extreme weather conditions, whether extreme warm or extreme cold. This is an extremely useful tool. It's called the Furminator. It is a brush. It has a handle, and then if you feel up towards the top, you'll find a T-bar that the handle meets with. And on that T-bar, you will feel on the front little teeth. They're not too sharp, but it does grate a little on the skin, so just be careful. But these teeth will actually get into a dog's fur and remove kind of that top coat. So this is really useful to brush a dog out. And then there's actually a little button on the back of the T-bar close to the handle, and when you release that, it releases all of the fur from the teeth that the brush has collected. So it's really nice, and all you have to do is just use long, firm strokes. Push down a little bit as you're using it on the dog's back and sides, and it will clean out that fur that's just kind of sitting on top, so that shedding, hopefully, is a little bit decreased. I always have poop bags on me, and if I'm going on vacation or if I'm leaving the house or something, I will take his food that he needs for the time that we'll be gone. I'll pack it into poop bags, and then I'll stick the rest of the roll into my overnight bag so that I always have a surplus of poop bags. Trust me when I say, if you rely on the schedule and think, oh, he'll only poop this many times and I only need this many bags and it will be okay, Murphy's Law will come to get you. And he will poop off schedule and you won't have a poop bag, and you'll be tracking down a sandwich bag or something to hopefully try to pick up the poop. So have a surplus of poop bags, always, always, always. This is his winter coat. It is nice and insulated on the outside with water resistant material, so it acts as a raincoat as well. And on the inside, it is like fleece lined basically. So this is great for very snowy, very cold days. And it's really, really easy to put on, and it's also reflective. So on those winter days when you're walking your dog and it's hard to see him, I like to use this because then I can, keep an eye on him, because he truly does like blend into the snow. Also, it's a great way to walk in the winter time because cars can see the reflective material and the bright neon orange better than, anything else. And especially when people like to bundle up, sometimes it's nice to have some reflective material that cars can see. I also have a lightweight spring vest, basically. So this is kind of the same thing. This is more for when, if I ever had to travel at night for some reason and I needed him to work for me, I would use this because it is, again, bright orange, and it has the reflective tape so cars can see us. Because my dog is a service dog and he's with me practically 24/7, I like to keep this in my purse. I actually just found out about it. My parents bought it for me and I didn't even know it existed. This is a mobile lint roller. It literally looks like a flip phone and it's tiny. It can fit into my purse. It's really easy. All I have to do is just open it up, and inside is it feels like velvet. It's like a lined lint roller type material, and all you have to do is just use it on your clothes and like that, and it will, lint roller your clothes so that some dog hair can get off of your clothing. And the good thing is that when you need to clean it, I think all you have to do is just run it under water and then let it dry. This tool is amazing. This is a retractable leash. I love these tools for well-trained dogs. This is basically the long line, but it is, in my opinion, if you know how to use it and your dog is well trained, it is a safer long line because I can control where it goes. It also goes in and out, as you can see. When I draw it all the way out and it's unlocked, if I let it go, it will spring back into its holder. So I think it's a safer version of the long line because it will keep pace with the dog. As he goes out, the line will go out and get longer. As he comes back in, the line will go back into the leash and get shorter. It's a really easy leash to use. This is a heavy duty leash. I like this leash because it's got a very thick leash line. A lot of the retractable leashes I've seen have very thin lines and it's very easy to break them. This is not easy to break. It is very durable. And also, it is a 28-foot leash, so it allows me to let my dog have some independence and some freedom while also still being tethered to me, and I don't have to worry about anything happening because I always have a physical connection to him through a leash. It's just a little safer than the long line for me because I can't see when my dog is getting tangled or anything like that. So I always like the retractable leashes after a dog is fully trained. So that is all of the gear that I use for my service dog and that I use just in training sometimes. And so I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer those questions for you in the comment section or in another Q&A video. And comment below what you think was the most interesting piece of equipment. I hope that you all have an amazing fall day. It's starting to get cooler, so that's exciting. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.